Gachagua, the Deputy President, Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, the Prime Cabinet Secretary, our Governor, Johnston Sakaja for Nairobi County, Your Excellencies, the Ambassadors and High Commissioners present, the Cabinet Secretary for Labor and Social Protection, Honorable Florence Bore, Cabinet Secretaries present, the Principal Secretary for Labor and Skills Development, Honorable Geoffrey Kaituko, Principal Secretaries present, Dr. Francis Atwoli, the Kotu Secretary General, Kotu Kenya, members of the Management Board of the Federation of Kenya Employers, led by our Deputy National President, Michael Macharia, fellow employers and workers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Hamjambo. Hamjambo tena. The Federation of Employers is pleased by your presence amongst us today, this being the first Labor Day under your leadership. And we gather here to celebrate of our beloved nation. The theme of this year's celebration is an apt one and economic situation that we face. As we celebrate International Labor Day today, we have a chance to take a moment to reflect on the current state of affairs and the aspirations that we are yet to achieve as a nation. Your Excellency, the labor sector has faced several challenges in the last year. We know that households are struggling to put food on the table and that enterprises are struggling to remain in operation. The cause of this sorry state of affairs is well documented. We have experienced severe weather conditions for a long time, coupled with the global challenges that have had a direct impact on our economy, including the war in Ukraine. These global developments have caused disruptions in the global supply chains. Local business either cannot access overseas markets, or where they do that at very heavy costs. Employers believe, Your Excellency, that these challenges can be tackled to reduce the cost of running businesses, which will eventually create jobs for the unemployed youth. Because I've been asked to be brief, I just want to highlight 3 priority issues that employers plead with their government to address. One is job creation and productivity. Kenya continues to witness a shrink in the formal wage employment opportunities, as only 333,502 jobs were created in Q4 of last year. This is a decline from the 444,046 jobs which were created in Q3 of the same year. And these are statistics from the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics. Many businesses, especially the MSMEs, cannot afford the cost associated with operating in the formal employment sector. And this has led to the growth in the number of unemployed Kenyans, as many employers struggle to manage their costs. Your Excellency, the structure of our economy, as we all know, is such that only 15% of wage employment is in the formal sector. 84% is in the informal economy. These numbers continue to rise as many youth, in fact, opt not to look for jobs after they fail to do that on several attempts. Sorry, I was hurting your ears. Your Excellency, our request is that your agenda of jobs be at the core of government policy. We believe that any policy that is detrimental to both jobs in the short term and in the long term, no matter how well intentioned, should be avoided. In the area of productivity, I just want to highlight that actually our labor productivity is quite low, and we look forward to working with the government to be able to enhance the productivity of our enterprises. The second issue I'd like to highlight is the need to enhance stability and predictability in the business regulatory environment. I would like to emphasize the importance of stability in the regulatory environment for businesses to thrive. We do encourage the government to work with employers to provide a friendly and predictable business environment which will help business to recover and also perform well and expand for jobs. We therefore ask that before any changes are made, new changes, enough lead time, we are proposing 1 year, be given to businesses to be able to plan, to adjust their budgets and restructure their financial flows to meet these new costs. Your Excellency, the third area is on wages. Minimum wages in this country are very well regulated by the laws that we have, the wage guidelines and the relevant laws, which state that they should be reviewed not more frequently than once every 2 years. And we are aware that last year there was a 12% increase on the minimum wage. I know that my brother Francis will be asking for an increase in the statutory minimum wage, because this is actually in his DNA and it is the role that unions play. But we request that, looking at the current state of the economy, we allow businesses to stabilize and that we facilitate the wages councils and the National Labour Board to meet to discuss, so that we can advise the government on what can be done for next year. We do appreciate the difficulties that Kenyans are going through, but we believe that if you stabilize businesses, then all of us will gain at the end of the day. Your Excellency, as I close, I want to emphasize that employers are open to engagement with your government through social dialogue to find win-win solutions for some of the issues that have been pending for a long time. We believe that if we work on these policy areas, then as a nation, we'll be able to move forward together. Let me close by appreciating your leadership and appeal also for peace in our nation at this time. I want also to appreciate the role that Kotu plays and also the leadership of the Ministry of Labor. As the famous proverb says, he who labors diligently need never despair, for all things are accomplished by diligence and perseverance. Your Excellency, we want to assure your government of the employer support and commitment to working closely with your government to address some of the astounding issues that we have, so that we can all move towards the attainment of the aspirations contained in the bottom-up transformation plan. So happy Labor Day to you all. Thank you and God bless Kenya. I now want to call back Brother Benson Okwaro to invite the Secretary General to address us.
First,